When I was young, my mom and dad felt led by the Lord to home educate us. So they looked around to see what material they wanted to use in order to fulfill this calling upon their life. And they decided to use the Oikos resources. From a young age, the vision and the heart of Oikos was the same vision and heart that the Lord had laid upon my mom and dad's heart. And right through my home education, from the time I started until I finished, they have been using that education material from Oikos, and it has been an absolute blessing for myself and the whole family. The thing that stands out for me the most when I look back on my home education was the learning lifestyle that Oikos, or the resources in Oikos, implanted into each one of us. Just the enjoyment of learning, but most importantly, that in the middle of every single learning, God was the center of it. So no matter what you did, the focus was not on achievements, but rather on how does God fit into what we're learning and how can we honor God through what we are learning. With Oikos being so God-centered, it gave us a foundation that no matter what the family said, no matter what opinions people had about what we were doing, and let me tell you, there were many people did not agree, but because God had laid that foundation and we had started building upon that foundation, we knew that no matter what persecution or what trials came from family or friends, we were going to continue walking that road which the Lord had called us to walk on. With us being one of the first families in the area to home educate, it was something brand new which most people didn't know about. And from a young age, our parents had told us this is something the Lord had called us to, and as a family we're going to go right through to the end. Any temptation that could have been there to go back to school was just nullified, because we knew deep down in our hearts that this was something of the Lord, and if the Lord starts something, He will bring it to completion. Once I had reached the end of my formal education, there were now lots of questions as to what I would do or not do with my future, seeing that I had not finished with a matric certificate or anything of that nature. The Lord laid it on my heart to join Oikos Family Ministries, and I was there for a while until the Lord led me on, and then I moved back home to Maritzburg, where my brother and I started a business. The business that my brother and I run is a home and garden maintenance business, and we've just seen that with the foundation of Oikos, it has laid a foundation in which we can have godly principles in our business, do business God's way, and then God's favor and blessing can be upon the business. And often we have had people come to us and say, but what about your certification, or have you done a matric or anything? And we've just been able to, from where we are now, see that it wasn't necessary for us. We didn't need a matric piece of paper or a degree to start the business that we're doing, and it's just incredible that the Lord has been with us every step of the way.